what we do is, especially for the high-level guys, to check if our strategy is working or not. We check, first of all, seasonality, and then their wagering patterns, how they change with this seasonality.
You're listening to 15M Mastery, a show that empowers you with insights from the leading iGaming experts to enhance your personal or business performance. The show is brought to you by tech-driven affiliate and media company Already Media, and supported by the AI-powered data analytics platform Blask. And Yo Investments, a fund manager investing in outstanding people who are disrupting the iGaming, fintech, and crypto industries. Hello everyone and welcome to 15M Mastery. Today we're joined by Phil Kornyshev, Head of Commercial at Pinnacle. Phil is an expert at player retention and building sustainable iGaming businesses without relying on traditional bonus structures. Today we'll explore how to keep players engaged without bonuses and what drives true retention. Welcome, Phil.
Hi, Dima. Thanks. Glad to be here.
Coming into this episode, we had a set of very interesting questions, and knowing that you guys are not fans of bonuses and retention works in a completely opposite way from traditional bookies, it's very interesting to hear your answers. So let's dive in. What core principle keeps player returning to Pinnacle even though you never offer retention bonuses?
Well, we don't never offer it. We just offer it very, very rarely and truly to players we think are deserving. So they need to play some time already with us before we kind of profile them and we can offer them something. But I think the main one is odds. We try very hard to make sure our odds are on every website possible, on programmatic, on all media buy, where it matters the most. I think they see the odds, they see any mention of us because we do a lot of work with communities centered around sharp betting, and they remember that there's Pinnacle. But usually, this is one segment. Another segment is arbitrage, and arbitrage tools a very big segment for us. If our odds are always there, usually as the hedge, as the outsider bet, then they, of course, make sure to place the bet with us. So I would say making sure we're visible in these targeted communities of players who do arbing, who try to find value bet opportunities. We're not chasing a large amount of players. We are trying to be in the center of this ecosystem which we created with our sharp model, with our odds.
I love it. So I think in the last few years, gamification became a new norm, right? And loyalty programs, tiered cash rewards, cashback, etc., became a standard of any operator. So I was wondering, how do you actually create a sense of progression or loyalty without having them?
We actually, although it's not publicized, we do have a tiered system in our cashback. So if it's like a silver or a bronze VIP, they get one cashback. If they move higher, they are moved to this volume rebate, which is actually, I really like it because it resonates with what Pinnacle is as a brand. It's basically volume-based commission, which no matter if you win or lose, you still get it. So it's a kind of like keep playing with us, keep wagering, and we will take care of the rest. We don't even care if you win or lose. To some extent, we just want your business and your volume.
I don't know if it's like your one punchline for the business definition, but it sounded like it very, very compelling. So let's talk a little bit more about bonuses. So if someone, like as an operator, someone who is like bonus heavy and who wants to pivot, what's the first concrete step towards the experience-driven retention against the bonus-driven retention?
I think first you need to create and maintain. Actually, like creating is one thing, maintaining is even more important. A segment of good and loyal VIPs to the brand, and that of course takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. So you need to build your core first, and here it's very important to kind of initially teach the players that you are to some extent not going to bonus them every time, but you are going to ride on the experience factor, on the various gamification mechanics, offering them long-term cashback rewards to keep them playing, offer them maybe them a good casino experience because let's face it, sportsbook players sometimes love a really, really good casino, and it makes a big difference. So I would say building from the ground up and abiding to a set of rules in place, which you kind of have in your head, that you are not going to do this and you will do this. So you will not over bonus, you will not kind of create an expectation for them, which they will carry through the years or months. And when they kind of you don't meet this expectation, they can go away.
Yeah, I think it sounds absolutely right. But how do you actually measure that, you know, your non-bonus retention strategy is working or not? Like, are there any like behavioral metrics which can tell you, you know, the quickest way to understanding whether it's right or not?
No single metric, and even NGR turnover itself, it doesn't tell the full story. I think what we do is, especially for the high level guys, to check if our strategy is working or not. We check first of all seasonality, and then their wagering patterns, how they change with this seasonality. So basically a deep dive into all their wagers, into their deposits, into their withdrawals, into their interaction with CSD. So kind of like opening up the customer admin tool, whatever you have, and just looking at this guy, like taking 5-10 minutes to get a good idea. Because if he's a diamond level VIP, you kind of do want to be on top of it and check it and understand, like, what is he doing? Is he, like, what method he's depositing, withdrawing? What is he betting on? Has he started betting on anything new recently? Like, because that's how we catch the most kind of glaring abuse, when they sell accounts or when they're doing like opposite betting and trying to fraud the affiliate team, or kind of this more like sophisticated things going on.
Do you have an idea like what non-monetary perks or service elements have delivered the biggest lift in long-term retention at Pinnacle previously? Like when you guys are really measuring this kind of an uplifts?
I think not a perk, but in general, I would call it, and we call it cultivating price sensitivity. So making sure the players understand the value of betting with Pinnacle, and we are creating this very cool evergreen content centered around the margins on tennis, on NBA, what Pinnacle is compared to others. And for example, to a player who bets, for example, on Man United, we give him we give him an infographic how much you would have won over the whole season betting on Man United with Pinnacle, and you see, like, you would have won like 2,000 or 3,000 more with Pinnacle with this bankroll. So we try to kind of create this sense that the odds really matter for the players. And usually it works in a very good way. This education element is very important, and we try to maintain it because it's our way of kind of working with top of the funnel. and teaching them more and creating like a market, because this the non-recreational sports market is still kind of small compared to the guys who want a welcome bonus, who are not price sensitive. So we try to do the work here. And regarding any specific kind of perks or bonus, I would say, of course, the volume rebate was the one you could actually see making a huge difference in the numbers, because these players, they're quite insane how much they bet on a game over a month, and just consistently making good volume.
But what about service elements? Like maybe, I don't know, like the way you guys are talking with players through like VIP management or customer service. Like, are there any, like, I'd say supporting and infrastructural service elements which could have generated the biggest uplift in retention?
For sure, but this is very basic, that you have support, you have VIP who interacts with them, who is on top of everything. They do, if they have a failed deposit, if they have a bet that has been cancelled, regraded, we are always on top of it, and our VIP managers are like working closely with the support and other teams, and vice versa. And of course, not to mention the responsible gambling, the AML, and the other elements of this. So we try to control kind of every aspect of the players' interaction, and not to interfere, but to make sure that everything is going well. They pass KYC, they do it quickly, that nothing happens, and in general, they we're on top of it 24/7. Shall they have anything which is bothering them?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. If you could outline, let's say, 3 non-bonus retention tactics which could a mainstream sportsbook learn from you guys, like a bonus-free, not really bonus-free bookmaker, but focused on rather product, experience, player service. So can you outline like 3 non-bonus retention tactics?
So first, I would I would focus on the product itself, and actually not trying to overextend, and just offering a good good core product, not offering many sports or leagues or things which you can't really control, but just getting an offering which you're really good at, which you can which you're competitive in, and just making sure the player kind of understands. So I would say not overextending, and not trying to be something you're not too quickly, because otherwise you will just kind of lose focus and try to do many things at once and fail across all of them. Another non-bonus, I would, what we do actually, I don't know how doable it would be for a sports book working on like without their own trading, right? But we basically increase, or mostly increase, we increase player betting limits proactively, and make sure that when they are close to max betting, or they have a history of rebetting, that they can suddenly bet more, and they really appreciate it. And you see like a mediocre player turning into a really good player, just because you did this simple tweak. But again, this can be quite dangerous for soft sports books, because there are a lot of abusers of this. And if they rule of thumb, if they ask, then they don't give, because they have they want to take out the bookmaker. Third one, I would say something like making sure that the first week of the customer's lifetime is the best you can be. So look at what communication you send them. Overall, all emails, all touch points, inbox messages, pop-ups, etc., and see how much, first of all, how much you send them. Usually it will be surprising because it's sometimes a lot, and then kind of scrap what you don't need and leave like very rare but very concrete and important messages, because otherwise it will get lost in the noise. And when you do decide to send something important, like an update regarding, I don't know, trading or regarding some features you have, then they will probably skip it. So I would say it's very important for retention and in general to look at what you're actually sending the user, because if you have kind of like many teams and they are all trying to send like even RG communication and then another one, it can be too much. So you need kind of a centralized look from the player's side, like to take a player and what did they actually get from us this week, this month.
Well, absolutely love it. Thanks a lot, Phil. I think these insights are really valuable, and I know for sure that our audience will get a lot of help from hearing your approach to building these lasting player relationships. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you, Dima.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.